This video wanted to be called Mysticism is the Path of Power. Greetings, dear community, dear friends, those who connect with my work for a while and those who may find me with this first video. My name is Katerina Satori. I'm a mystic. I'll start there. I'm a mystic. I'm a mentor. I speak, teach, and guide people to unlocking new dimensions of life. And one of my favorite dimensions to help somebody remember is the dimension of the magical, of the mystical, of the invisible to the eye, the many, many, many dimensions of this magical, conscious, intelligent universe. So I'll post this video on my YouTube, Instagram, but right now I am streaming on Facebook. And I wanted to just go a little bit deeper into mysticism with you and why it's relevant for our times. Why would we care to dive into the ancient knowledge that used to be very, very hidden and only passed through oral transmission from an embodied initiate or adept or a teacher to a student? Right now, we live in a time that is it challenging to put into words? Because depending on the level of consciousness you operate, you see what is unfolding from that level of consciousness. We see a lot of crisis and we see a big opening, and it's happening simultaneously. We see so much available. You can learn anything, you can Google anything, but the question is, how do you integrate and embody all this knowledge? How do you make it practical? How do you make it alive in your life? Not interested in just giving people information. And I'm not interested in just receiving information. I'm really passionate about how do I take this beautiful knowledge and integrate and apply it into my life, because when we turn knowledge into wisdom, we're walking the path of power. Power has given a bad rap in the last few hundred of years because we often see power being misused, power being used for selfish reasons. But power in its essence is another form, another word for energy, or amount of energy you're able to move through your body, through your consciousness, through your life, right? And there is a different kind of power, and it's a power of walking your life as spirit, working with the universe in a cooperative relationship, in a very intimate and direct relationship, opening up the channels within your body, remembering yourself as the temple, right? So to me, a path of mysticism is a very direct path where you learn how to create anything and everything from within. And this is why I keep bringing the message of mysticism out on the public, no matter how many times I want to say, give this assignment to somebody else. Dear guides, give this assignment to somebody else, right? And it just keeps following me, because once you are an initiate, you're always initiate. And this is what my message is for. My message is for those who begin to remember themselves as initiates of light. Those who just can't help but ask themselves big, big questions. Like, what is the true potential of me as the divine being temporarily experiencing this physical form? Mystical path appeals to those who have already experienced a variety of experiences in life. And once you have explored and experienced and tried and learned all kind of things in your life, there is going to be this voice in your soul that says, I want to remember more. I want to engage with reality on a new level. I want to open my ancient spiritual eye. And then with that intention, with that curiosity, you're being guided to different symbols, to different books, to different rituals that ignite more and more remembrance for you. And I had a conversation with a beautiful friend and a client of mine who said, Katerina, what do you mean by calling yourself a seer? Is it being psychic? Is it being ability to tell the future? And I thought it was a beautiful question, because a seer is an archetype that we can awaken within us. And a seer is a person, a being, who chooses to develop their ability to see beyond the Maya, beyond the temporally physical life experience, which is precious. You know, every single day when I wake up, I say, thank you, Great Spirit, for another day, because no day is guaranteed. We may be hit by meteorite. You know, anything can happen. So to walk a mystical path is to have this deep reverence for life, and to say, I have one more day on this planet, I'm alive. What I'm going to do to make this planet better? What am I going to do to make this moment better? What I'm going to create with all these gifts and skills and abilities that I have, right? So a seer, an archetype of a seer, is the one who saw beyond the veil of death. And in ancient mystery schools, all people who were training on the path of initiation would be initiated in experiences that would give them an ability to see beyond the physical dimension of life. And once you see the beyond what appears as death, you begin to engage with the reality in a completely new way. There is a certain level of fearlessness that is awakening you, and you realize you are an immortal soul. And the aim of the mystical path is that realization that you are an immortal soul. Because when you have that realization and you go to that place of profound unity with the quantum field, with the energy, with the universe itself, you are never the same. You're forever altered. You move through your reality in a different way. You begin to play with your life conditions. You begin to look at your challenges as great opportunities for growth. You begin to see the divine in everybody you meet. And life becomes this ever-expanding adventure of consciousness. And to be trained in the mystical arts is to be trained in new relationship with power. Because the more you dive into the mystical dimension of life, the more you will be invited to surrender. Not from the place of passivity, it's actually very active, mystical surrender. There is less of a striving, there is less of a struggle, there is more curiosity and awe. Curiosity and awe. You wake up every day curious to receive your curriculum. You wake up every day with a prayer, Spirit, how can I be of service to you today? Guide my steps, guide my thoughts. Take command of this instrument. May I live for you. May you live through me and as me. I began remembering my lifetimes as an initiate, and the memory simply came online. You know, you go through this spontaneous activation of the memories once you prepare the inner environment. And this is why I am so passionate about igniting the love of spiritual disciplines in others. Because when we commit to a particular spiritual discipline on a daily basis, what we're doing, we're preparing the inner environment. We're getting our inner life ready for that sudden, spontaneous, divine illumination of consciousness that we can't control and we can't predict, but we can prepare for. And this is why I keep offering to my community and to people that work with me these gentle reminders. The why behind the breathwork practice, the why behind the mystical prayer, the why behind cultivating sacred space in your home environment so your home becomes a magnet for divine entities to communicate with you, to give you inspiration, right? It's the why behind create a sacred space and build a devotional altar and show up for your spiritual practice. The bigger why is so we prepare the inner environment to receive a greater self, to receive our higher self. To walk the path of mysticism is to train in this initiatory path of embodying your higher self more and more and more, bringing it from the higher planes into the physical, and the merging place is within your heart. The more power we unlock in us, the more we grow in humility. Because the moment we lose touch with humility, there is a greater temptation to become unbalanced with all the power that we access. And this is why the path of mysticism is the path of initiation. It's a path of ongoing discovery. What else you can release? What else you can purify? What else you can cleanse within yourself? It's the path of alchemy. And alchemy is ability to transform any situation that arises on your path to its highest outcome. How valuable it is right now in this time that we live right now. Especially if you already lead, you feel this calling and responsibility to lead. Then you will seek an ongoing cleansing, ongoing energetic reset of your entire field, ongoing transformation. transformation, the magic of transformation, the magic of looking back into your path and saying, wow, a year ago, I was at that level of consciousness. That's how I saw the world. That's how I saw myself and my abilities and my soul calling. And a year from now, look at this growth. Look at the transformation that I went through. The beauty of transformation. Sometimes I contemplate that the modern life is a mystery school, because every single year we're being initiated into a deeper curriculum. How to trust the unfolding without losing inner joy. Because if we lose the joy, we lost the perspective. We got enmeshed into the movie of a personal character. And the path of a mystic is the path of a being who is able to stay awake while being deeply engaged in the ordinary experiences of life. One of the ways that I do it, I want to offer it to you, those of you who will find this useful, is whenever I begin to get too serious, maybe about a project or a vision or even a mission, I tap and I tell myself, don't get lost in the character. Don't get lost in the movie. Remember who you are. Remember you are a mortal being here on this very temporary journey, and you're here for the joy. You're here for the joy. Remember the joy. Don't lose the joy. Don't lose the joy. It's such a profound paradox. When we begin to awaken this mystical consciousness, we grow in two areas. We grow in compassion. This is, when we graduate from this earth plane, I imagine this is going to be our diploma. Whenever we finish the cycle of earthly incarnation, there is a diploma that we graduate, and it's called compassion. If you're able to grow in compassion for yourself, for your fellow human beings, for the planet, if you can grow in compassion, you grow in your consciousness, you grow in remembrance. And then the second one is an ability to access and cultivate inner joy under any circumstances. What a profound ability. I would like to name that as a new kind of power. Because if our joy is conditional, how embodied is it? But if we're able to find joy, ability to find that inner smile, ability to find gratitude under any and all circumstances, to me, that is a sign of a true awakening consciousness. Because we know when we're able to tap into that inner joy, we're able to keep our heart open. Just a little bit more every single day, just a little bit more every single day. And when our heart is open and rooted in inner joy, we're able to cultivate the right perspective. We're able to see opportunities where other people see threats. We're able to give generously from the heart because we just can't help but to give generously from the heart. It emanates from the awakened mystical heart. The path of mysticism used to be reserved for a selected few, and you had to be admitted to a temple and train 5, 6, 10, 20 years in mystical arts. We live in different times. We live in the times where you pretty much can Google any mystical knowledge that you want. But the question is, are you able to embody what you Google? Are you able to turn that information, that knowledge, and make it a part of your reality, make it a part of your daily life, make it a part of your energy field? This is the question that I ask myself every time Spirit wants me or invites me again and again and again to be the voice for the modern path of ancient mystical path. My invitation, dear ones, whoever is here with me, I don't see you right here, but here you are. My invitation, dear ones, is maybe you take away this practice that I offer to you. And the practice is consciously intending on full awakening. Consciously intending, consciously choosing that this lifetime, you are going to awaken from the wheel of samsara. You're going to remember who you are as a mortal being. You're going to open your ancient eyes. You're not going to get lost in the movie. You're not going to get lost in the character. And you also will choose to activate all of your dormant abilities, all of your hidden potentials. Nothing left in a dormant way. You will become deeply, deeply passionate about the discovery of who you are as an infinite being, as an infinite soul. That is my prayer, and that is my message today when I talk about the path of the mysticism. And every time I contemplate on this path, I feel like an empty cup, because that's the only attitude that I choose to cultivate whenever I talk about mysticism. It will humble you, it will empower you, it will help you open your massive angelic wings, and it will transform every area of your life. As some of you have seen and heard, I am holding a vision to facilitate Atlantean Wisdom School. And I feel deep in my heart that the first round will be available for 5 initiates. I want to make it a very intimate experience, soul to soul, shoulder to shoulder, transforming our consciousness, practicing together, transforming our lower nature, opening up our abilities to co-create with the universe. If you wanted to be a part of it, but for some reason it may not feel like your time yet, or it's not doable for you, I want to announce that next week I am hosting a very powerful process, which is all about energy mastery. My signature curriculum, Frequency Shift, is opening its door. And the vision behind it is to help all of us get energetically ready for 2024. 2023 felt like one giant purification year, where we were asked to put all our spiritual concepts into practice. It was a great test of embodiment. 2023, year of faith, year of change, year of moving forward by faith and vision alone. So I will announce Frequency Shift. It's going to start next week, next Thursday, but I wanted to plant the seed because this is going to be a process where you can receive, you can come to that class and receive energetic reset, receive energetic support, and also learn powerful energy mastery tools that you can work with in entire 2024. I never teach the same course twice. It always is fresh. It is 100% channeled from the light beings that I work with and the masters of light. So if that is the space for you, you will recognize it's for you, and just see my post on my social media channels. And the final invitation, tomorrow at Wisdom Collective, I am teaching Galactic Guides transmission, all about the most incredible beings who are joy guides, one of my favorite beings to work with, and they're called Hathors. And I'm realizing not a lot of people know about them and how to work with them. So it will be featured in Wisdom Collective tomorrow. You can join us and get access to that class for free. I'll post all the links mentioned in this video underneath this video. Thank you for the opportunity to share a mystical conversation with you. Mysticism is the path of power. And it's a path of power that has deep reverence. Because the more power we activate, the more responsibility we hold to serve bigger, to make a bigger impact, and to create more harmony. I'll live with this. The reason why I'm passionate to bring Atlantean teachings, because in the golden age of Atlantis, the way they defined power was all in terms of harmony. The only way somebody would be considered fit for leadership in their times if that person was able to demonstrate equanimity and harmony under all and any circumstances. Leadership, mystical, that is rooted in harmony, that's how they described true power from the mystical lens. On this note, I will see you in the next beautiful now. Thank you for stopping by my page. May you remember who you are on the level of the soul, immortal divine being, capable of incredible things. Until then.